These guys, they are the future, as simple as that.
And he's shown promise as well, Akash Chand. He bowls his heart out. Wickets as well. Already a crowd favourite for his performance. That fifer against Afghanistan was brilliant.
He's been in the local scenario for a very long time, But like I said, you got care of these guys. They have the potential, they have the promise. It's just that how you use them, how you get the best out of these guys. And Akash being, he's well built. He's a tall guy. What is required for a fast bowler? Yes. Nice to see that the management is giving the opportunities just before the World Cup to these youngsters. We saw yesterday Kamal Singh Airi. Today we are seeing Akash Chand getting the opportunity. It's nice. It's nice to see these guys among the games. Right before the World Cup, it's not important that these guys go for the World Cup, but important is like playing against good teams.
Manish, another one who has got into the national side after a great performance in the Under-19 World Cup is this man, Alec Athanas. Scored 418 runs in the 2018 ICC Under-19 World Cup with great average and strike rate. He was considered as the future of West Indies. Hasn't been very consistent with the bat after that World Cup. He's got opportunities as well. Has played 4 test matches for his country. Alec Athanas, top scorer of 47 against India. He's very stylish with high bat lift, that West Indian flavor of batting, Manish.
We all know what West Indians are capable of. I mean, how stylish they can be. Brian Lara, Viv Richards. There's so many of them. There is some flair in their batting. You just love watching these guys bat. Uh, I'm. You just love watching these guys bat. There is certain class. I mean, even this shot which went down to boundary. So yeah, I mean, these guys are super talented. Love watching these guys. The West Indians are superheroes.
That's the reason they have fans all over the world. People love their approach to cricket. They play hard, party harder. That's the reputation they have. This was good. Is a very hard hitter of the ball, Johnson. Got into the IPL as well. He was brought in as a replacement to Liton Das by the KKR. Just stuck with the onside this time. There's a protection in the deep. Will only be a single. In fact, they've come back for the second run. Good running this from the West Indian side, and after 17 for now.
He's talking about this kid, and he's got a lot of heart. He runs in every single delivery and try and puts in 100% on every single ball. His exploits against Afghanistan was termed as the spell of the event. Under 19 World Cup. It's been a find actually. This is his first big season with the senior team. I'm sure with the learnings that he's getting against West Indies A and the other A teams that we've managed to get in Nepal so far, it's only gonna serve the purpose. He's one for the future for sure, Sachin.
Good length again this. Look to come back for the second run, but is not needed because the ball has gone to the boundary. Has found the gap perfectly here, Gudakesh Moti. Akash Chand eyeing for that block hole. Missed it just for a moment. I thought the ball had gone straight to the fielder, but he found the gap really well.
Gudakesh Moti striking at 400. Two balls so far, 2 boundaries, and both the shots were exquisite into the extra cover area. Some skills there. Akash Chand trying to execute the Yorker, missing it slightly, I would say, but Gudakesh Moti was good enough to find a fence. And it's much needed boundary for West Indies, especially with the departure of Andre Fletcher. West Indies will look to bank on Gudakesh Moti and Ford to get them towards that 150, which is very important if they want to put up a fight.
Again smashes in the same area. Was a mix-up. but eventually made it easily. When you think of the bench strength when you were playing and you compare it to what we have now, how much of difference do you find?
It's very different. Earlier we used to struggle with number of players even for the senior setup. We only had limited players representing Nepal in the national setup. But we used to play very few matches there. And that's the reason that we as cricket governing body are trying to maximize the number of international exposure that we could for these youngsters, because this is the learning experience. Imagine somebody like Akash Chand getting an opportunity, and this is going to be another boundary for sure. It's a good hit for the big man, managing to hit it straight down the ground for another 6. Akash missing the Yorker by a bit, but that's enough for the big man Ford to hit it all the way onto the banks. 6 more runs for taking. West Indies A reaching 131. Still 8 balls to go.
Their eyes would certainly be at that 150 mark, and Yorker is a dangerous ball to ball, because if you do not get it spot on, that's what can happen. You can be hammered. If you're a touch short, it's going to be a half volley. If you're a full, it's going to be a full toss. Tricky delivery, isn't it, Vinod?
A very hard skill to execute as a fast bowler. And even for spinners, it's almost next to impossible. I credit Dipender Singh Aairee for doing that so consistently. It's a special skill set that requires a lot of practice.
I wanted to get underneath that ball as well. Again was risky by Akash.
Length was there for go for the maximum, but he pulled himself away from the ball too much. Wasn't able to get closer to the ball to lift it over extra cover or the mid long off boundary. So he's keeping it away from the batter. That's probably saved him this time, because the length was there to be hit.
This over has come as a respite for the West Indies A. Dipender Singh Aairee still has 2 overs to go. Do you think Paul will use Dipender Singh Aairee?
Not at all, because in the middle overs, Kushal made up for what was a place for him to bowl. 4 overs for 22 runs. You can't ask for better things. And then once again, a big heave. And the ball goes into the grassy banks again. These West Indian players, if they hit the ball, it stays hit. Even if it takes half the bat, it goes out in the park.
He judged the slower one perfectly well. And a humongous hit. Massive over this. 19 coming off it. 19 gone, 138 for 7.
Skyworth refrigerator